All right. Next up on the list is Tyree Johnson.
He looks pretty good.
Yes, he does. 6'2", 240, pass rusher. Now, it's funny, man. When I was watching him, obviously I'm seeing a lot of DeMarvin on the tape as well. I'm like, oh, man, y'all are loaded. Y'all are stacked. But
we got Buddy Johnson, too.
Yeah. The thing that I liked, though, was this, man. With Tyree, like I said, he's definitely a pass rusher, man. Twitchy as heck. And he has a developed pass rush package. Like, he knows, how to win. He's not just using speed only. Stutter and go, flash and go. He knows how to rip. You know what I mean? Like, he has all these different things, but it's predicated off of his get off, which is a good thing to have. You definitely want that. That's like the prerequisite. You got to be off that line of scrimmage in a hurry. He gives you that. He also played in a 2-point stance. Okay. Standing up, which is different because we know when people looked at DeMarvin, they were like, oh, is he going to be an outside guy? Because he was playing DN. DeMarvin never stood up. DeMarvin hand was in the ground. He was in a 3-point stance. With Tyree, he is a outside linebacker. I think he transitions fine. I think he plays really fast. A couple of things that I think he is going to need to improve upon to have a legitimate chance to make this roster. Number one, he has to be more consistent against the run in terms of setting the edge. And number two, here in Pittsburgh, we asked our guys to drop in coverage.
Yeah.
He didn't really drop that much. And when he did, it was the straight back variety. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
It was ugly.
It was ugly at times. Yo, one time, my man's going straight back. Guy runs across. He almost falls, just trying to change. I'm like, oh no. Yeah. But that's coverage though. And it's different. A lot of guys, they aren't accustomed to being in coverage. I know when I first started doing it, I was similar. It was like, yo, everything's going so fast, man. You don't know who to look at, when to run fast, when not to. And then understanding dropping your level. And sometimes it's not always about running as fast as you can. It's about reading the route and anticipating it and things like that. Kind of what we talk about with Devin Bush, when we're like, man, just because he's fast, he has to understand what a guy's body is telling when he's in coverage. So with that, that's one of the things that Tyree's definitely going to have to improve upon to make this roster, because we don't just rush the passer here. We know that these guys are going to have to be in coverage as well.
So his competition, Jannard Avery, Tuska, John Simon. Who the hell is this? Delonte Scott?
I do not know, bro.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't know. Yeah.
You think he's a far ways away? Whenever you bring up the coverage thing, at least.
Well, and it's another guy. You got the other guy they signed in as an undrafted free agent, TD. Right. He's another guy. But all of them guys are going to have similar issues. So you're either going to have the guys that can cover, but aren't as elite and dynamic as pass rushers, whereas these guys are more dynamic as pass rushers, but they struggle in coverage. It's all about, of the group now that we're talking about, who is going to pick up that,
their weakness.
Right. Whoever picks that up the fastest or improves it the most, not saying that it has to be go from a 3 to a 10 overnight, but if it can get it to a 7, if you get it to a 6, whoever can improve that part the fastest, I think that they have the leg up, because right now all of those guys are interesting. John Simon is interesting in the sense of the run support, the physicality, and just the veteran part, but he's not as athletic as these guys over here. But these guys over here aren't as physical as him. So it's kind of like, all right, well, who is going to do that next thing? Who's going to make that adjustment in their game, man?
Tuska might have to be the odd man out. I'm sorry.
But at the same time, Tuska probably has a leg up on these guys just because Tuska has already been in the system. Tuska has already done enough that they trusted him to put him on the field.
Tyree needs to pick it up, though.
Yeah.
I can't go another year if Tuska out there, I think.
Because just think, bro, Tuska's been out there, bro. We've seen Tuska in, legit games.
What I liked about him, I saw a couple clips where he was giving Evan Nielsen fits.
Yes, he was.
Not only there was one where he just burst off the line, and the Evan Neal didn't even look like he was looking for him. So there was that. Was
crazy, bro.
But there was one time they were one-on-one, and he almost got to Bryce Young.
No, absolutely.
Kind of affected the pass. Mm-hmm. So the talent's there. I guess you're right. It's just maybe some of those little detail things like coverage and some of the other stuff he's got to work with his pass rush stuff.
Right, because it's if you're just a pass rusher, great. But in our defense, we have TJ Watt dropping into coverage. And so if TJ Watt's dropping, trust me, Tyree, you're not just coming on the field to just rush the passer, baby. That's not how it's going to work.
How do you compare him to a dude like Quincy Roche last year? Because we drafted him in the 6th.
Yeah, I think similar. I think for Quincy. I mean, Quincy could rush. He definitely could rush.
I'm still bummed we lost him.
Yeah, he could absolutely rush. I wonder, was the coverage part that could have been the difference? But he could definitely rush. That's why in New York he was fine.
That was terrible. We kept Jameer Jones, who deserved it.
Yeah.
Because he had a really good preseason, the best out of our depth outside linebackers that were battling for a spot. And then we got rid of Roche. Or we didn't get rid of him. We tried to designate him a practice squad, and then Giants picked him up.
Yeah.
But then literally 2 weeks into the season, we just cut Jones anyway.
Yes.
It's like, come on, man. You should have kept Roche.
Yeah.
Because at least you could see his talent was better than Jones.
But they tried to by putting him on the practice squad. They thought they could hide him there, and it just didn't work out, bro. Yeah.
Because they were probably thinking with Jones, at least he'll give us special teams right away.
Right. Absolutely.
That sucks.
But then didn't Jones go get on with Seattle and ball?
No, it was the Rams, and wasn't his first game he had like a punt block or something?
I was going to say, it was one of them teams out there, yeah.
Super Bowl champion?
Hey, man, shout out to him, bro.
If he's stuck on the roster, I don't know if they cut him at some point in the season or whatnot.
I hope he did get a ring, man. That'd be dope, bro. That'd be dope.